Hello, welcome to IAS Baba. This is Indra Kumar, and I've done my masters in anthropology. Today, I have come to you to introduce a new initiative taken by IAS Baba to benefit the UPSC students, especially the anthropology optional across the nation. Okay, we have come up with a recent initiative called a magazine called Anthrocrat. This Anthrocrat is a case study come current affairs magazine which will be launched every month and for that month, and at the end of the year there will be a separate magazine which would have almost like 500 articles for the entire year which has been appearing in the news from anthropology optional perspective. Before entering into what is actually anthropology or anthro sorry before uh, So now we will see what is this Anthrocrat magazine and what are its features. Okay. Yes. These four fundamental questions has to be answered. This Anthrocrat is nothing but a magazine, a monthly magazine, which will be giving you the entire current affairs approach and case study approach when you prepare anthropology, because as you know, these days anthropology is no longer a static. It was never static for that sake. There is always a current affairs which is going on, but most of the students has an issue what type of case study or what type of current affairs has to be studied when it comes to anthropology. So to address that question, we at IAS Baba have bought this magazine which will be giving you a detailed first hand look about what all these current affairs, what I should write in my answers. Okay, based on that perspective we have framed this magazine. Then why it is required? See, as long as your answers are looking static, there will be little chances you can score maximum in that paper. Okay, so more and more your paper becomes dynamic and also more and more current affairs oriented. Even the examiner will understand that you are able to relate the current happenings around you in your answers also, in anthropology also. So it is highly crucial for you to include current affairs content in your answers as well as case studies in your answers, so that your answers looks more unique. Okay, so definitely it's a high scoring ground for you when it comes inculcation of current affairs in your anthropology answers. Then how to use it? See, this book is detailed in such a way that you don't need to even worry which topic this current affairs is related to. We have given at the beginning of the, now we'll see, maybe you will get a more idea at the beginning of, say for example, human evolution and emergence is unit number 1.4. In this article, what current affairs have come for me in this news or in your all other diverse sources where this anthropology will be coming. So we have our analysis team. Based on that, we will just take up that article, and all this article has some exclusive diagrams also which will be more relevant. See, for example, we have had the skull diagram of Neanderthals. Also we have human evolution photos. Also some biology diagrams will also be included, so that you have a first-hand experience about all these happenings in anthropology current affairs. Apart from that, see, the first case study here is, are humans evolving? See, if you would have searched in internet, there would be so many articles regarding this, but we don't know which article and which content is legitimate, right? So based on that, we take only the reliable sources, and also at end of each, say for example, at end of each case study, we will give you also the reference source, so that you have to understand that these sources are also reliable, and also how to choose articles, not from any random sources. So say for example, from marriage chapter, what type of current affairs is important? So we have given you about dowry. If you see the syllabus, there is also mentioned a word called dowry. So based on that, we have the NCRB data which came in the news, and that had been inculcated in the magazine. Okay, then coming back to case study. What is the difference between case study and a current affairs? That is always a kind of a dilemma in students. See, case studies current affairs are those articles which appears in the news, but no in-depth study as such is done. Okay. Say for example, in this chapter, in this current affairs, dowry cases has been increasing. Okay. See, dowry as a case study has not done in any particular situation or in any particular case. If that is done, then it becomes a case study. That is, it has to be done in-depth studies. Otherwise, a recent development about a generalized concept of dowry is given here. In this context, it becomes only a current affairs. If you see a case study, then you will know how you will be able to differentiate both of them. Okay. Now you see case studies. See, in case study, what generally happens is one ethnicity or one situation is taken, and in that situation we go for an in-depth study and how it has been impacting the entire phenomena. Say for example, we have tribal situations in your paper 2. Okay. And also, what are the problems of Indian tribes? Okay. When studying these tribes, say for example, the Singpo tribes. The Singpo tribes are a Kachin type of tribes who lives in Arunachal Pradesh, Assam, India, in India, and also in Xi'an, in China, as well as in Myanmar. Okay. These are the tribes, these are the places where these tribes inhabit. So what happens is, these tribes population is being declining, not at a normal rate, but an alarming rate. Say for example, in 1971 census, there were 1,168 people of these tribes. But before that, before 150 years before, there were 40,000 people in this tribe. But now, recently, there are only 923 people are there in this Singpo tribes. What are the main reason? When we study about these tribes in depth, the main reason seems to be opium consumption and also marrying within the same ethnic group, which is called endogamy, right? See, endogamy, and also that is cousin marriages. They practice cousin marriage. This is causing fertility issues. Because of this, their population is also declining. So, in this, I have not spoken about the concept of endogamy in total or opium cultivation, but I have spoken about only one tribe, which is Singpo. Not every tribe. If I speak about every tribal situation in India, then you can say it is a current affairs. But now I have spoken about only one tribe, which is the Singpo tribe. Okay. So now you can write about this case study, how their population is declining in your paper 2 of anthropology when you are dealing with questions of tribal problems in India. Okay. So in this situation, and also if you see this tribe, why this tribe is really important, Edmund Leach in his Political Systems of Highland Burma has studied this culture in depth, which is already important event in your anthropology. Because why? We know we will be reading Edmund Leach in theory sections, and also he is already an important figure. Okay, so obviously whatever societies he studied also becomes a important component for us to study. So taking all these things into context, this magazine provides you a case study approach also, as well as a current affairs also. So at the end of every year, we also coming with the same mains 360 Anthrocrat. So what this mains 360 Anthrocrat has is, every topic, say for example, physical or biological anthropology, your socio-cultural anthropology, your archaeology, and as well as your tribal India. So all these units have been mentioned in your syllabus, right? So we will delineate them and then give only those current affairs belong to that topic. So in this way, what you will do, even if you have skipped some part of your preparation, you can refer this entire guide of current affairs and case study magazine, which will be given by IS Baba before your mains examination. At that time also, you can make sure that if you have missed anything, you can include them in your answer and directly write that in your mains examination. So this is Anthrocrat. I believe even if you see one article of this or one edition of this, you will be completely convinced about the importance of this magazine. So Anthrocrat is a case study and a current affairs magazine directly to be utilized by anthropology students, okay, for their mains answers. So to get this magazine, we have a dedicated group of Telegram, Anthro Baba. Today, I wish you can join this group, and every day 5:30 we will be posting a current affairs or a case study in that group, so that you will and that will be the compilation every day. Say for example, you missed one day, that will be the next day. At the end of the month, you will be provided in the magazine the same article. So we will be giving, so that to be more beneficial, so that every day you read one article, so that that doesn't becomes a burden. See, you have to break down your preparation. So instead of reading 30 to 35 articles at one day, I mean at one day, you can just directly read one article per day. That too in an anthropological perspective. You'll make sure that these concepts, whatever anthropological concepts you are dealing with, will always be in your mind. Okay, so it becomes, and it will hardly take 7 to 9 minutes for you to read those articles. So definitely I believe you can benefit the most from this Anthrocrat magazine. So further details will be there in this group. So I wish everyone would join this Anthro Baba and also make use of Anthrocrat magazine. Thank you.